What's going on, guys? Another episode of Off the Menu. I am here with Ian. I'm here at Fixi. I'm so excited to get your story, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it, man. So I would love for you to tell us, your story. How did everything begin, and how did Fixi start?
So it's like for me it's crazy because I never think up to become like a chef or have a restaurant and do this like a job. And I started to fish pretty young, with like 7 years old, and spearfish, dive spearfish with my father, brothers. We used to camp a lot. We used to spend like months in the camp, and fishing and cooking the fish becomes something that the basic stuff for us, like to survive in these camps and to have pressure because it was in the family doing. So when I grow up and I start to become that guy who all the friends say, "Oh, you're fishing, we want to cook this," and I become to cook with my friends, and this becomes something. And in the end, I studied design, and but it's pretty different. But I love to do stuff like building stuff too. And but after all these years, I start to cooking like professional stuff. So and Fixi now is my school. Now I'm becoming the cook or the chef because the Fixi. And Fixi is not for me just a restaurant. Now it's like a synthesis of all my life, I think. Like old style, like use a fire to everything.
Yep.
Everything cross here and here, and
You smoke everything.
yeah, everything is smoke. I'm a smoker guy. So and the place is still like experimental place, and we still
Adding
doing
on different
this.
things, taking away different things. Yep.
Yeah, and the Fixi, we start to try. I will show you something. We started to make the dry aged fish.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's a way to store the fish in the different way, because when you take the fish, the fresh one,
Yep.
you take the fish and need to use fast.
Of course.
But in the end, when you know more about what happened with the fish, when you catch the fish, what happened in the place where you put the fish,
Yep.
you start to know when the right way to store the fish.
Store it, yep.
Like the fish, the good thing is like when you catch the fish, you never put water in the fish,
Yep.
just salty water.
Salt water.
Yeah, if you do this, you can store it like this for months.
Yeah.
And the dry Asian fish is different than dry Asian the red meat.
Yep. The beef.
Yeah, it's different
Whole
because
different process.
yeah, in the beef is like to become more softy and to eat in the end. In the fish is salty, is easier to eat. But when you have the skin, the dry skin,
Yep.
is the perfect to cook in the fire, because with the dry skin is easier, because when you put just a part of the fish
Yep.
in the fire without dry, the fire is pretty strong, and the
strong.
fish become pretty dry.
Yeah.
And when you go eat, it's not cool. You need the fish become ready like in seconds.
Yep.
For this, when you dry, they become ready in the seconds.
Seconds, yeah.
This is cool because the skin become
As well too. Yeah.
awesome in a small time.
Yep.
Like you put there, the fire, poof, and it's okay.
Yep.
It's ready. The fresh fish, it's impossible to do this.
Yeah. The same kind
So
of way.
yeah, and you start to think, whoa, man! My whole life, I think the fresh fish was the best one.
Yeah.
But you understand, it's not like this. Some fish can be the best fresh, but if you store it the right way,
Yeah.
this is the best fish.
And it can stay for
And
months.
and
as
it
well.
stayed like 15 days. I
Yeah.
think. And so this is, and you start to use the fish in different ways. Like it's not only people used to think the fish like this. You put in the fire and eat. But have a lot of things too.
Yeah.
And inside the fish, you have different parts, and you can use to different things
Yep.
too. It's like
Multi-use.
Yeah,
pull you.
I have here like this thing. It's here. This, it's the crazy stuff. This thing we call fish bacon.
Bacon. Fish
Yeah,
bacon.
yeah. This is the belly of a big fish.
Yep.
Kind of marlin is the sailfish.
Sailfish, yep.
Yeah, it's not so big, but was like this size.
Pretty big.
We catch here in Arraial.
Yep.
And when I opened this fish for the first time, this happened like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then when I opened this fish for the first time, I saw the belly and say, man, I never see a belly with like this. Looks like a pig.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a fish. And I start to work in the belly. I put in dry hub
Yep.
to dry, and I smoke it.
Yeah.
In the end, becomes something like a bacon. And it's crazy because looks like bacon too.
Oh, it does. It has that like same trim, that same fatty kind of look. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can see this.
Yep.
It's different than normal fish stuffs,
Look at that.
and it's crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing right there. Yeah, that's nice and thick.
Wanna try?
Sure. Yeah. That's it right there.
It doesn't look like fish.
No, it doesn't look like
you,
it.
you feel the fish, the fishy in the end, like.
But it's not so fishy. It's fishy, but it's not extremely fishy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like if you didn't tell me this at all, I could have thought it was
Yeah.
another meat. You know?
Yeah.
That's
a
good.
lot of
That's
stuff
good.
we use here, people doesn't say this is a fish.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, it's a fish,
Fish.
but we work in different.
It's a different way to like take it. Yeah. Under the
Yeah.
you know.
This experience become like this place become more than a restaurant or a job for me. Become my home, and a place that I build is something different. You feel the place. We become like one stop, and this is awesome for me. So, and in the kitchen and everything was crazy because in the first year I think I trying to become a chef, to become a restaurant. But after 1 year, I start to think like my passion is not in the end like get the source and put it together and make a dish and cool dish, pretty one people like. It's not just about this. When I start to do this, I think it's not the thing that I want. So I start to come back to the beginning because this start because I'm fish.
Yeah.
So I call some friends and we become like a team to fish. And I start to study a lot how to catch the fish the best way, how to store this fish the best way. And I start to plant myself, my own garden. I start to study the wild plants, and this become cool. Yeah. And after 1 year, I think now I know what I want, and I know what I want to do here. It was crazy for me because in the middle of all these things, I become father, and I have a lot of stuff to rebuild in the house. The restaurant is going. Now I'm father and spend a lot of time, but it's crazy because now everything is just one for me. Mm-hmm. Like it's happening. I walk around in the garden with my kids and showing something she doesn't understand, but looks for me like I'm talking to me. Mm-hmm. And how to do my stuff and learn more about. And now after 2 years of the restaurant is open, I feel I'm doing something cool.
Yes.
After 2 years because starting now because now I have my own stuffs in my dish. It's not like that I told like the guy who buy things and put there in the plates and this is a dish. Now I love the process. I love the source. It's like I love more this. It's like for me the hero, the star is not the chef. It's the guy who catch the right fish in the right moment and stores the right way. The guy who plant and spend like every day putting water, time, and clearing that thing. And after 3 months, you get this. It's amazing. For me, it's like everything becomes different. When I used to eat some plants that I buy, like a broccoli and something, I used to cook there and say, it's cool, it's awesome, no, I like it. But now, when I watch my own broccoli and cook this, It's like looks everything different, and now I understand now why people, when the big restaurants in the world, the big ones, start to do this. Like they start to work in the source. Like they understand they have to control in the process, because it's the way to have a good thing in the end. Not the knowledge and technique. It's nothing for me if you take bad things to turn that thing is a good one. If you use this knowledge and technique from the beginning, everything in the end is like you can live. My boys can do this because I take everything I do. I spend time doing the first step and the important step for me. And it's not too close to people from everywhere who can have something cool to sell me. I have my own stuff here, still buying something, but I'm buying now from people who love, like me, the process. Most the wild plant we can use here,
Yep.
the start like spontaneous, like is there anyone put there?
Yeah, anyone.
It's like, yeah,
to grow,
because
yeah.
it's nature from here, and it's crazy because it's not only this. When I start to make these discoveries, like last year,
Yep.
and sometimes I found some plants, and when I start to study this one, I discovered that it's not from here, and how? And sometimes it's like you can imagine like someone who traveling around here, coming with something in the bag,
Yep.
and he doesn't know, and this fall and grow something.
yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy because sometimes I found salt just one, and I look around and doesn't find an animal,
Yeah.
and I think, whoa,
Yeah.
how this happened?
Special.
And it's crazy when you start this. This is an infinite place to do. It's like I will show you something.
Yep.
It's like in my wall, grow something you can eat. So this one, you can eat the flowers.
Yep. It's edible.
Yeah, we call begonia,
We're going there.
and have a lot of kinds of. But this one is pretty wild because growing everywhere, and we use in the dish. And have your own tasty. It's crazy. You can get one of this one.
Let's try one of those.
It's not only you can eat like this. It's not only a flower. Have something like it's not acid but a little.
Slight sweet, like a slight acidy kind of sweet taste to it.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's pretty small and have this crack too.
Yeah.
And
Like a slight texture crunch to it.
yeah, it's in one of this dish. Use this one. And this crazy one about this one, because all these wild plants have a time in the year.
Yeah.
And now
This won't grow all the time.
yeah, we doesn't plant. We just watch and find and turn the place good for him. It's like it's different than plant.
Yep.
When you clean the place and put there, it's like you turn the place good from this. It's crazy because it's a different kind of plant.
Yep.
And this one I put here. This one is very famous. We call capuchinha
Cappuccino.
here. And you can eat the flower, the everything.
This is edible.
Yeah.
That's edible.
You can eat this one. This is amazing one. You can eat.
Try it. Yeah.
You can. It's a little stronger than, and looks spicy, but it's fresh too.
Tastes
It's
fresh, for
crazy.
sure.
In the end, we will feel the spicy. It's crazy because it's strong for
Yeah,
a
at
wild
the end.
plant.
At the end of it takes a little while to build up a little bit, but you definitely feel
Yeah,
the spiciness
still
for sure.
spicy, like a weak wasabi or something
wasabi,
like this.
Exactly, like a lesser wasabi.
Yeah. I
If you
create
know it's
my
not
own.
gonna be around in
yeah.
the next few months.
This is a nice thing. Like our dry hub
Yep.
is make only these wild herbs
Yep.
and change like 3 times in the year because the wild things change too.
Yep, absolutely.
So if you come to eat in Fixi in
February.
February, you will eat something different,
Totally different.
in our dry hub.
Yep.
Because we use something different in dry
Make
hub.
use of what's available at the time with the dry rub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's for me, it's easier than you thinking like you create a dry hub stuff with this kind of herbs. You need to have that ones all the time
Yes.
to make the same. And it's crazy because chefs used to think like this,
Yep.
have the same. I want that same tasty.
If it's not the same, it's not the same. Yeah.
But yeah, try it.
Yeah.
But when you just use what happened in that time,
Yes.
it's something awesome.
Yeah. Totally
And
different.
yeah, and you can find something cool too.
Yes.
And this is awesome.
And then what I would say is, or I'd ask, when people come here, what do you want them to experience? What do you want them? How do you want them to feel?
Yeah, I think it's like this because the Fixi become like a family here who works here, and when people come here, it's not only to come to eat something cool. I think they come to know this family. So everything goes in the dish. It's not only food. It's more for me. It's more, and I want the people feels this. It's more the food. It's like they are finding something cool to eat and awesome to like everything. But it's pretty more. And sometimes people come here and I feel and look and say that guy find the Fixi.
Yeah.
And it's not only experience say, oh, this is awesome, but when they try and say, man, this place is awesome.
Yep.
This food is awesome, and wow. And then this happened, and when this happened, I feel like this guy found the Fixi. What really I want to pass around.
Of course, absolutely. Hey, Ian, thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it. It's off the menu, man. Thank you for having me, brother. Absolutely love. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, man. It's awesome. For me, it's a different experience to talk about this because I'm here. We are looks like the end of the street, the end of the top, and it's cool talking about the restaurant and everything. I doesn't do this a lot, so for me it's cool because I'm thinking about everything, like putting things in the place. This is awesome.
So, yeah, of course. I'm glad to be here as well. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.